Special Counsel Jack Smith, who is overseeing the prosecution of former President Donald Trump in 2 federal cases, was the target of an attempted swatting at his Maryland residence on Christmas Day. According to 2 law enforcement sources, someone called 911 and said that Smith had shot his wife at the address where Smith lives. Montgomery County Police dispatched units toward the home but were called off when the deputy U.S. Marshals protecting Smith and his family told police that it was a false alarm and that everyone inside the home was safe. No arrests have been made in connection with the incident. A spokesperson for the special counsel's office declined to comment. Police and the U.S. Marshals Service are not commenting either. Smith has faced a series of threats in the months since he brought an indictment against Trump related to the former president's alleged efforts to overturn his election loss in 2020. Smith's attorney Cecil Vandevender previously told appeals court judges from the D.C. Circuit that Smith's office has been subject to multiple threats and intimidating communication after Trump published inflammatory posts about Smith. Smith is also overseeing Trump's prosecution related to the alleged mishandling of classified documents at his Mar-a-Lago home. Trump has pleaded not guilty in both cases. A Justice Department official told NBC News that more than $4.4 million was spent between April and September of last year on security provided by the U.S. Marshals Service for Smith and his team. Trump was indicted in June in the classified documents probe, and indicted 2 months later in the election interference case. NBC News reported earlier Monday that Tanya Chutkan, the federal judge overseeing the election interference case, appeared to be the victim of a similar swatting incident over the weekend. Swatting involves the false reporting of a crime in progress to draw police to a certain location. The election interference trial is scheduled to begin March 4, while the classified documents case is scheduled to go to trial on May 20. Trump is expected to make an appearance at a courtroom in Washington, D.C., on Tuesday as circuit judges hear oral arguments on Trump's claim of presidential immunity from prosecution in the election interference case. Police and fire trucks showed up Sunday night at the house of Tanya Chutkan, the federal judge overseeing former President Donald Trump's election interference case after she appeared to be the target of an attempted swatting attack. Police confirmed to NBC News that they responded to false reports of a shooting at a house that a witness identified as Chutkan's home. A law enforcement official also confirmed that it was Chutkan's home and that she was home when police arrived at her residence. A police report obtained by NBC News said that officers with the Metropolitan Police Department responded to a call just after 10 p.m. Eastern Time that referenced a shooting that occurred at the location. Once authorities arrived at the scene, an unnamed subject said she was not injured and that there was no one in her home. Police determined no shooting took place, a police spokesperson told NBC News. It's unclear from where or from whom the call to emergency services originated. Chutkan is the federal judge overseeing the federal election interference case brought by Special Counsel Jack Smith against Trump. She appeared to be the victim of swatting, which happens when someone makes a false report of a crime in progress to draw police to a certain location. A spokesperson for the U.S. District Court did not respond to a request for comment Monday. This comes after a recent uptick in threats against judges nationwide, including those serving on Colorado's Supreme Court after they ruled that Trump is ineligible to appear on the state's primary ballot this year, a decision the Supreme Court has decided to take up. The FBI said it was investigating the threats and working to address them. Chutkan herself has also faced threats. A Texas woman, Abigail Jo Schrei, 43, was arrested and charged last August with transmitting a threat to injure a person via interstate commerce. The affidavit alleged that the woman called Chutkan on August 5 and left a threatening voicemail message for her. "Hey you stupid slave," Schrei said before she referred to Chutkan using the N-word, the affidavit alleged. "You are in our sights, we want to kill you. If Trump doesn't get elected in 2024, we are coming to kill you, so tread lightly, B. You will be targeted personally, publicly, your family, all of it," Schrei is alleged to have said. Trump has also explicitly targeted Chutkan on social media, posting disparaging messages about her on his Truth Social account, as well as about prosecutors working in Smith's office and potential witnesses in the case. Chutkan imposed a gag order against Trump prohibiting him from targeting Smith, other prosecutors and potential witnesses. A federal appeals court in D.C. narrowed in early December, allowing him to target any high-profile witness who makes disparaging comments about him as well as Smith himself. Trump's trial in the case is set to begin in March, but it could be delayed depending on how the Supreme Court will rule on Trump's presidential immunity claim. Trump pleaded not guilty to the charges at a court appearance in early August. In recent years, judges have faced a myriad of threats. In 2022, Biden signed into law the Annual Defense Authorization Bill, which contained the Daniel Anderl Judicial Security and Privacy Act, named after the son of U.S. District Judge Esther Salas. He was killed in 2020 when a man posing as a delivery driver fatally shot Daniel at the door of their New Jersey home. The law bans the selling, trading, transferring or purchasing of judges' personal information online. It allows federal judges to request that their information be removed from the internet if it's publicly available, and authorizes the U.S. Marshals Service to hire additional analysts, security specialists and other personnel to help prevent threats to federal judges. Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh was targeted in June 2022 when an armed man was arrested near Kavanaugh's home after he called 911 on himself. The man was found to have a handgun, a knife, pepper spray and burglary tools. The suspect was alleged to have told investigators that he targeted Kavanaugh because he was angry about the possibility that the Supreme Court would overturn Roe v. Wade and about the school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. He said he thought Kavanaugh would loosen gun laws. About a week later, Congress passed a bill to provide security to family members of Supreme Court justices, which Biden signed into law.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.